rest of them.
No, there was none.
Ain't none of them. You ain't getting.
Ain't none in the beer.
Jesus Christ. It is Sunday, December 10th, 2017. This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast. I'm your host, the king of villains, Bulldog Malenko, along with my co-host, Dirt Nap Dave.
Hello.
And Dubsy Slow.
Now's a baby. Now's a baby. Now's a baby. I like sucking toes. I like licking ass.
Oh, he does.
What the fuck?
He said, I'm getting that in. I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
He said, I thought of this on Tuesday. I'm going to say it.
I'm going to say this today. Actually, I put it on a Snapchat and I was like, this is great.
Fucking, that's great, dude. Good morning. Or afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, now it is, because we're getting it in late this day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're getting it in late. At least we're getting it in, speaking of.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Want to bail on the whole, oh, my foot hurts, let's get to the gym thing. Thank you for the shout, by the way. That was at the afterwards.
Dick Vomit Dave.
Yeah,
Vomit Dave.
That was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I fucking died laughing.
Yeah, dude, he replied in the snap, in the text, you know? He was just like, oh my God, Dick Vomit Dave.
Yeah.
Best one today is
Dick Vomit Dave. You like that, huh?
It's pretty
awesome.
good.
I'm glad, because whenever you think of dicks spewing out stuff and vomiting, think of Dave.
I'm gonna take
when
that.
You think of trash.
I'm gonna think about.
Think of Akeem.
I buy
When
a
you think of
t-shirt.
garbage, that's what it is. When you
buy
think
a
of garbage,
t-shirt, cut the sleeves off.
What
I
do
don't
you-
buy t-shirts with sleeves.
no, you do buy the t-shirts with the sleeves.
Hey,
it makes the process.
Who needs sleeves?
So you're gonna like cut a little hole like a V-neck. It's not really a V-neck.
Just
but you're
cut a
gonna make
line in it.
V-neck.
Just cut a line in
He's
it.
gonna start doing.
I don't have any taco
custom
meat though.
V-necks.
I don't have taco meats.
Don't.
I don't have chest hair.
Dude,
I'm serious. It's bare.
He
Look
said
at my
taco
neck.
I see it. I see.
You looking at my pecs?
I'm seeing it.
Look at
I was looking at it right
no,
now.
you're not.
Dude,
Not enough.
I'm
Focus.
like, the glare from the reflection of the light from the fucking camera. I see it. Why are you
I don't
rubbing
have
your
chest hair because I'm on camera, so it just looks good on camera.
No,
no,
it doesn't.
I know. It's ridiculous. That's why I wore this ridiculous.
Get a
t-shirt
marker and
today.
just start drawing shit in, all curled up.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be
Just
fun.
put-
No, I could get
no, take
like
a
what
picture of it
dudes are
and
doing. What dudes are
just
doing
take
with the
one.
fucking hairline? They're getting the hairlines
my
fucking
God.
tattooed.
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
crazy.
I could do that on my. I could get like micro. I could just get a whole bunch of pointillism done.
No, just
on my
just
chest.
one little curly Q like Charlie Brown's hair.
Yes, right in the middle of my chest, like Brock Lesnar's sword, but like just a curly Q or the letter Q. Oh my!
That's my chest hair.
That's my chest hair. Fucking A,
Do it.
dude.
Do it.
Or Quail Man.
Quail Man.
Get that right there,
The dream
because he's
of
got
the
that
90s.
curl on his belt on his forehead.
Man.
You remember that?
Oh yeah, Doug.
Doug.
Yeah.
Good. There's this show with
Quail
the
Dog.
best fucking character names of all time.
Roger Klotz.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Skeeter.
Skeeter. Yeah, exactly.
Skeeter
Doug-
Valentine.
Doug
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Doug.
Douglas Funny.
And their neighbor, like his neighbor, the older guy, never called him Skeeter. He always called him Mosquito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Douglas and Mosquito.
Yeah.
Remember that?
The older fella. See, you were already, like, how old you were for Doug is how old I was for Power Rangers. So we were just a little too old for it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
see, the Power Rangers thing missed me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you were way too
I was
old.
past that.
Yeah.
But I still loved the Nicktoons, like Rugrats.
Oh,
and,
Sure.
And, yeah.
Who
those-
wouldn't? That shit was
that shit was great.
quality entertainment. Ren and Stimpy, the original Ren and Stimpy was so ridiculously vulgar and but
It's a children's
subtle,
show.
but subtle. It was super subtle,
Yeah,
and that
you
was
go back
what was
and watch
great.
it now, and you're like, who the fuck let me watch this?
That was great. How subtle it was, but how super vulgar it was too at the same time. And then when they brought it back and they took the subtlety away, and the Spike TV version of it,
Yeah,
was
it didn't
shit.
work.
You idiot.
Yeah,
That was right.
yeah. Ren was greatness.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I miss Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead Do America
I went and watched that movie. Yeah, it was great.
in theaters.
Yeah,
that,
on Christmas
the
Day.
movie still holds up very well. But when you go back and you like, for whatever reason, I guess because they couldn't get the licensing or whatever. But when you see the seasons on DVD, the goddamn music videos are not in the show, and it ruins it.
It absolutely does.
Like the
That was part
cartoon
of it.
itself was okay.
Yeah.
Like the funniest one was where they weren't allowed to laugh in school, and then that's when they were going to talk about sexual education. Yeah. We're going to be talking about the penis and the vagina, and they're both sitting there like,
yeah, it was good.
But I mean, other than that, the cartoon itself wasn't great. The music videos are why everyone watched.
Right, that was the funniest. That was the
that's what set them apart from everything.
The Mystery Science Theater 3000 part of of the video.
Yes,
it was genius because it made fun of it whenever people are trying to be serious and
Pantera,
right?
5 minutes alone.
Yeah,
but it's like, this guy is really pissed off. I bet he's mad at his dad. He's like, "Damn it, Pantera! I said to go get me a beer after you take the garbage out."
Yes.
I love that they called Phil Anselmo Pantera. Like they thought that was his name.
Mike Judge he's such a genius. All the stuff that he did, everything that he ever does.
And
is so
Mr.
good.
Anderson became King of the Hill.
Hank Hill,
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you what.
Aren't you those two boys that's been whacking in my tool shed? I've never seen
you never end a sentence in a prepositional phrase with a preposition. Yeah.
Never seen so much whacking in all my life, like a couple spider monkeys at the zoo.
That was pretty decent, Hank Hill.
Yeah, that's definitely
way
great.
better than my.
I'll tell you what.
Almost as good as my Chewbacca.
No, almost as good as your Chewbacca.
Almost.
Yeah.
How's that Chewbacca go?
It's
Sounds like a cow who gave up on life.
That's Chewbacca Berg.
Florida.
This is the New York Chewbacca.
Little Jewish guy.
Chewbacca. Is that
Chewbacca?
I didn't say that. What? Wow.
Han. You know that's how you would say it too. Han. Like if Chewbacca could talk. Hello, Han. Hello, Han.
Hello, Han. It's so nice to finally meet you.
Are we going to Coruscant?
Rah, rah, rah. I can't do this. I can't do this voice. It's just impossible.
My Jewish voice sounds
Jewy
like
Lemonheads. I'm sorry.
My Jewish voice sounds like Morty. Well, Mort from
Family Guy.
Yeah.
God!
Yeah, that's it.
I got these silly red bumps all over my ass. How do you get them off? Do you point them off with a hot poker? Oh, they hurt so bad.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, like when I did last year when we did the Savage Christmas special, and I had to do the voice of King Elron Herod.
Yes,
that's the voice of you.
Christmas.
Why do I always have to do everything?
That was good. Who all was involved in that?
Me, Manny, and Glenda.
And Glenda.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know Glenda? Has she been on the show with me?
Glenda was the first female guest on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever met Glenda.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
She's cool as shit. Glenda's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
she was funny. She was funny.
Very intelligent. Like, cool. She's one of those people. Like she's one of those. She's part of my Savage crew. Like, she's literally one of those girls that is a true treasure to have as a friend, because she's cute and she can be girly if she wants to, but most of the time she's one of the dudes.
No.
Like, nothing phases her.
Cool.
She doesn't give a shit.
All right.
She very much has a guy mentality when it comes to most things. Like, she's usually one of the quicker ones to find the dirtiness in something you say than almost everyone else.
It's pretty good.
Like, one of those, like, that's what she said. She can blast that shit quick.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a
my
treasure.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love. I've embraced that and used that as a means of humor for many years now.
Dude, it's not even humor at this point. That's communication.
That's what she said.
And people, and I don't understand why it still throws people off. You're just like,
oh yeah, because and you're never expecting it.
Oh, that's so nasty. That could mean like dicks or something.
Thanks for explaining that.
Just in case, it's just always so funny. No, it's always so funny. It's always so funny to me whenever people, just the way people react to it. It's like, what do you think? That's so obvious. Our Christmas party. Oh my God.
When was this?
This was last Sunday in the evening. And it was awesome. We had a really amazing time. We were way overdressed. Yeah, it was. I wore a shirt and tie, and Cassie wore a nice dress and some heels, and she got her hair done.
Wow!
She went all out.
I bet she was looking fabulous.
She really was looking really nice.
Dave got it in a couple times that night.
He did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was fun. So we were there, and that was, oh shit. Where am I going with this?
You were overdressed.
Yeah, we were overdressed at this party, and I think that's what threw me off the train. I was thinking about being overdressed and how hot Cassie was, and what happened.
You want to get out of here
with her pantyhose and stuff later?
I just
started thinking about that.
Did you just rip them?
Oh no, we're talking about. I remember what we're talking about.
Did you just rip them?
Oh, absolutely,
dude.
Dog. Yeah, dude, I totally ripped the fuck out. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, just the pantyhose. They
oh yeah.
Oh,
I gotta grab a hold to. Oh, I can see you. Nice. So what happened with somebody saying something that fucked him up? That's where we were going with this. One of the ladies said, "Let's have a one night stand." They were giving away prizes and stuff there, and instead of saying an overnight stay at a bed and breakfast, she said, "You're gonna get a one night stand at a bed and breakfast." Total fucking. It's like, whoops. And there's 300 people. Nobody did.
Yeah,
the whole room popped, dude. They were so fucking. It was great. It was so funny. She said,
"Was there alcohol at this function?"
Yes, there was. It was at the Brower House.
Oh yeah,
and that was why we got dressed up.
Dude, they got good food there.
Oh my God, dude! It was fried chicken and mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, and ham with pineapple. So it was sugary ham, and it was all very good,
but amazing.
That good sugar.
Oh no! It was. I had some. That was a cheat meal. I saved up all week for that. I had blackberry cobbler and chocolate and coconut cream pie.
So it is actually a good thing that you rode me to go to the gym Friday. Because I did have my cheat that day.
Okay.
I had 2 Sanchos.
I didn't know what a Sancho
from Taco Tierra.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you guys have said something about
communist.
Yes.
Are you fucking
What up, Stalin?
Yeah,
okay.
right?
I don't go to Taco Tierra. I haven't never been.
You need to.
Okay.
Sanchos will change your fucking life
Nacho
in the worst way.
Fucking all day.
Nacho
Are they open today?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll probably go by there after this.
At the hot yoga.
Just get a Sancho,
I'm
and
gonna
you
go right
want the
after
hot
this.
sauce. Tell them no lettuce, because the lettuce on a Sancho kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
But it's just meat and cheese. It does. No, it
kills it.
The taste is.
Is it what kind of bowl or?
No, it's just a burrito type
It's a burrito,
thing. But
okay.
it's a Sancho. It's gonna. When you eat this and you taste their sauce and how they season the meat,
Okay.
right?
Got you.
When you taste their meat and their sauce,
All right.
No.
Yeah.
Look. That's
I'm
what
all
she
about it. Right down the throat.
Do you do the?
You're talking about dicks.
What? Do you take some of the papas and throw them into the Sancho? You ever done that?
I have done that.
What's
Oh
a
my
papas?
God.
Is it
They're
potatoes?
little potato,
Like
potato squares.
tater tots.
Yeah, and they got cheese. and
No,
you dip
not
the
tater
cheese.
tots, just potato squares, and
Yeah.
they're fried.
And they're fucking delicious.
And yeah, they're awful, but they're wonderful.
Do you know about the 2 secret sauces?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Taco Tierra is Mount Carmel original, where I grew up. Like that's where the OG is.
The triple OG. Okay.
Yeah. And I will tell you this: if you ever get a chance to go to the one in Mount Carmel and get a Sancho there, do it, because I don't know why, but they're better.
Maybe I have to head up there.
My name is Sancho.
Dirty Sancho.
Was that one covered in the secret sauce?
Oh yeah.
What kind of secret? Is it really hot?
Yeah, it's like kick ass and
Oh, they've got like this hotter than hell sauce.
yeah, that's
Sweet.
just fire.
Oh,
I'm excited.
dude, it's
Burn your mouth.
Do I want? But I had.
your forehead. Like as soon as you take that first bite, the beads of sweat start forming, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, I don't know.
oh
if I
shit.
gotta still cook, and I need to. Shit. I don't know if I'm gonna eat it or not.
Dude.
It sounds really good though.
The hot sauce ain't even hot. They're like the mild.
No,
of course
well,
not.
no, the hot
It's-
sauce. Like when you get hot,
Yeah.
it's hot sauce, but it's also sweet.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good, man. Tell them you want extra hot
Okay.
sauce.
Yeah. And you'll be like, okay, this is good, but don't get the 2 secret. You gotta say the 2 secret ones. They're not on the menu. You gotta
Also, on Fridays they have what the fish tacos.
yeah, Fish Taco Friday.
For the Catholics.
Triple F.
For the silly fucking Catholics. That's why.
Fish Taco Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Who kills tacos with fish?
What? Who kills tacos with fish?
Cooks.
Yeah.
He said.
who
He did say.
fish
He
tacos?
did say that one.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's also a West Coast thing too. But the fact that they have it on Friday here in this town, it's a Catholic.
Well,
thing.
and it started in Mount Carmel, which the majority
It's
of the town
Catholic.
is Catholic.
So yeah, we can't have any of that red meat. We'll go to hell
No,
for
we
eating
don't.
it for 8.
Meanwhile, I was fucking my secretary yesterday, so I've been.
She has nice friends. What about New Orleans? Mardi Gras. That's a Catholic thing.
Mardi Gras is a Catholic thing.
I don't know, but they got
Titties are very much Catholic.
Ash Wednesday's Catholic.
Ash Wednesday. I think the only thing in
That's what I
common,
meant to say.
Ash Wednesday is Catholic. When November's got 31 days, whatever.
It does now.
No, it.
Yeah, the
I
Gregorian
didn't know
calendar.
that.
November doesn't have 31 days.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, this motherfucker. That was what was that, 2 weeks ago or last week we talked about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
but,
31 days. No, dude, it's only 30. December has 31 days.
It does.
So he was close.
So what all's been going on this week?
I've been doing a lot of research into the sacral chakra. I started a couple of weeks ago with the root.
Is that the one in the tank?
That's the one. The root.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's pretty much there.
The
Yeah,
gooch.
the root, your connection to the earth. That's where your sit bones are at, and and
That
that's
makes sense.
it's your instincts.
It's the tank chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's
Your
about your
basic
instinct, like your survival stuff and how
Like
you've got to be
like the reptilian brain.
yeah,
like
yeah.
Association.
It's your
The Neanderthal.
Yeah, it's also you've got to have conscious like awareness of it
Paleolithic.
as well. Like you've got to be connected to the earth. You got to be connected to the ground. You've got to work for your dreams, and that's what my biggest takeaway from it, because I'm just skimming the surface. I'm just starting with all
He's
of that.
skimming the surface of
Yeah.
the tank.
That's
Yeah,
what she
right.
said.
Exactly, but you've got to work hard for your dreams. Is what the biggest takeaway for that one was that if you work really hard with your connection to the earth, you're right with your body, and you take good care of yourself physically and do good for yourself
Mentally.
physically, your diet and your nutrition, and then the body and spirit. Well, this part is for the body, the
taint.
root. Yeah, the taint, the taint chakra.
Making sure.
It's red. And it's pretty. I learned a lot about if you as long as you work hard for what you dream, you
And
can
it's about
achieve
the
it.
visualization of it.
Yeah, right, and that's the biggest takeaway, because it's not. I'm not looking for it for religious after I die kind of thing. I'm kind of looking at it as more of a life guide, and just in addition to, because Buddhism claims that we're all God, that we're all connected, we're all one entity, like the biggest. We're all just different forms of the same consciousness,
Yeah.
connected
Well,
through
temples.
everything, and we all came from fungus at the very beginning of building blocks, and that's the
Such
largest
fun
thing.
guys.
Yeah, the largest network of existence in the world is the fungal. That's the base of life, and that's the root. And then I just started opening up the second chakra, which is for emotion, the sacral. I just started exploring this one, and that's about having attachment. Making sure that the things that you do want are good, and instead of succumbing to darker desires, because it all lives there. All the darkness in your mind, the stuff that can lead you down the wrong path in the easy way. If you have a bad second chakra, the your emotions and desires can lead you if you don't keep them in check, and if you keep your attachment to things like material things.
Is that the
no
one
matter
in the solar
what
plexus?
that's the one in the gut. No, that's
like
the reproductive.
The
your
center.
emotion and your relationships are all built around this.
I gotcha.
And if you're looking for the wrong things, if you desire, what you desire is power and greed and wealth and those types of things, if you have attachment to material things, like that's why collections grow to astronomical proportions, and people see just the ridiculous vastness of collections, and people are never satisfied with anything material. You'll never be sad, and you'll always want something more. There's going to be another pop that's coming out in a couple of weeks that I can't wait for. I'm ready for these Rick and Morty ones to come out. Yeah, because I have an attachment.
That's Scary Terry.
That's bitch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that attachment and making sure if you do have, you've got to have healthy attachments to in order to ascend, and to make sure that the dreams that you do have are, because if you attach those dreams to wealth or the wrong reasons,
you're never fulfilled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll never have enough.
That's why this week I went and bought Neil Gaiman, his book Norse Mythology. He's the man that wrote American Gods.
I saw that.
I bought his book Norse Mythology, which is essentially a collection of stories from the Poetic Edda. Or from the Eddas and
Eddas.
Yep.
What are Eddas?
The Poetic Edda is the collection of Norse, like the Norse history, the history of the gods.
That's what they call the volumes of books. The manuscripts.
It's not even books. What it is,
the written record.
The Poetic Edda, right?
The written record
for the Viking heritage.
Okay. Like the Vishnus for India. I get it.
Right,
I'm following you now. Yep.
So with the Poetic Edda, Snorri Sturluson.
That's a weird name.
I love that name.
Snorri Sturluson. He's the one that basically gave us, I believe, the prose Edda, which is where he breaks down, like he does the Poetic Edda, and then he gives the interpretation for what these things, because the language in the Poetic Edda, I've read it like 3 times. It's rough. It's really rough to get to. And there are parts that are a lot like Genesis in the Bible, where it is this person begat this person and this person and this, and all of these people came from here, and it is very tough to get through. But he provided the prose Edda, which gives the breakdown after each verse. But the Poetic Edda, in my opinion, is one of the most impressive things ever, because it had to survive. It wasn't written until like 1100 AD. Like current CE, we'll say current era, and it had to survive. And this thing is long. Like they did an audio book of it. It is like that's what she said. I knew what you were getting at. If they like the audio of the Poetic Edda is like 12 hours long. This had to be preserved through memory. Have you ever seen the Book of Eli?
The movie?
Denzel Washington.
Oh, it's a fucking awesome movie.
Right. Okay, spoiler alert. He's blind, and he has the last Bible in existence. And he's trying to get it to this library in this city in the wastelands. But he's blind, and his Bible is Braille. And he ends up just letting the dude take it that's trying to get it from him. He just ends up letting him take it because it's in Braille. It's not going to do him any fucking good. And when he gets to the library, they were like, we understand that you have the last known existing copy of the Holy Bible. And he said, I did, And he's like, I don't have it now. And he goes, but I can tell you everything from memory. And he basically sits there and starts reciting the Bible from memory while the dude's writing. That's what the Poetic Edda for the Scandinavian people, that's how it had to be passed down. There were people that dedicated their lives to learning it to be able to pass it on.
That's wonderful. That's what that's a familiar, but that's the thing with the actual history of it. The actual history was the only people that knew how to read and write were kings and fucking priests.
Right.
For a long time. It was called the Dark Ages.
So
awesome.
I read that. I've got 2 stories left, which And I was so happy because this book has my favorite story involving the Norse gods, and it's Thor and Loki's visit to
Asgard?
no, they live in Asgard.
Nashville.
I think
Close.
I think it's Niflheim, the realm of the giants.
See? I was close.
In
Nashville used to be called that by the Native Americans before Andrew Jackson took it from him on the
fucking
Trail of
white
Tears.
people.
But anyway, it's one of my favorite stories, and the whole premise of the story is like there's a moral to most of the stories of the Norse gods, but this one is never underestimate what you're capable of, and don't feel bad about yourself even in defeat, because there may have been something else at work that you were unaware of, and you just actually surpassed what any other living being is capable of.
Damn, that's a good song.
Like, basically it boils down to, they go to this huge giant hall, okay? These giants are massive. Like, the giants even referred to Thor and Loki and their two companions as ants. Like, that's what they looked like to them.
Okay.
And the giants were accommodating to them, and they offered to have them feast with them, but they were going to have challenges of strength and speed and stuff like this. And they basically have the kid's name, I can't think of the kid that travels with them, but anyway.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Anyway, he is faster than any human on the planet. Like, he may be the fastest, maybe even faster than the gods.
It was a human?
Yeah.
That was with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Flash?
And, right. And anyway, they pit him against a giant child. Well,
in a contest of
speed. It's a race.
Keep up, Dark Knight.
And
All right.
the first
making sure.
The first race, he is right behind the giant child, but he still can't. He couldn't win. They do it a second time, and he's still just behind him. And then the third time, the giant child says, "Now you'll see me really run." And as the kid is finishing his first down, because they had to go down and back, and as he's like halfway down, the giant child's already on his way back. And then comes a test of eating. Like, Loki can eat faster than anyone and greater than anyone. Like, he's just always hungry and he devours everything. Well, they set him against another giant, and they basically have a trough, and they bring in cattle and oxen that have been cooked, and I mean, they're whole, and they set them in these troughs, and they both meet in the middle at the same time, but the giant has devoured not only the cattle, but the bones and the trough itself.
Damn.
That was like the giant Kobayashi.
Right. and then Thor gets put to two tests. Now, Thor is, of course, the mightiest and strongest of the gods.
Right.
And the giant has a giant mead horn for drinking. And he says, if you can drink all of the contents of my mead, you will be deemed worthy. And Thor takes a huge drink out of the horn, and what he feels like finished it. And when he looks, the horn has barely,
Right.
even the level has not moved. And he's like, and it was salty mead, like it was a salty mead, and he takes another huge drink, and this time the contents of the horn have lowered about an inch. And then this time, Loki takes a few deep breaths, and on the third one just proceeds to drink more than anyone has ever drank before. And when he finishes, it has lowered by maybe another inch. And the giants are all making fun of them, for not being able to do these things. But then comes the test of there's also wrestling. And Thor they bring in this old woman. It's the giant who's hosting them's grandmother. And he says, he goes, you surely could not defeat any of us men, but I'll have you wrestle my grandmother. And Thor, of course, is insulted, but he agrees to wrestle her.
Damn.
And no matter what he does, he cannot get this woman down. Cannot. But she grabs a hold of him to force him down, and he drops to one knee. Okay? But holds his ground. And then the last one is, he goes, I have one final test. He goes, this is another feat of strength. He was like, all of my giants in my hall can lift the house cat over their head. And he goes, I will be amazed if you can lift the cat off the ground. And then at that moment, this huge, gigantic house cat jumps down in front of the fireplace. And Loki walks over and gets underneath the cat and he cinches up his belt, which gives him double his strength and everything. He's lifting and hoisting this cat, trying to get it up off the ground. And he manages to lift a paw of the cat off the ground. Well, Loki, Thor, and their companion, they are completely defeated and humiliated, but the giants still receive them in gracious charity and feast with them and blah, blah, blah. But Thor is extremely disheartened. Well, the next day, when the giant king walks them out of his hall, he tells Thor, Thor was like, all of these things we did, and we couldn't hold a candle to you. He was like, it's almost impossible. And the giant king says, I have something to confess. He was like, everything that you were involved with last night was an illusion. And then Thor is like, what do you mean? And the giant king says, I am actually a sorcerer, and I used illusion to place you into these tests. And he goes, the first test was when their companion was running. He goes, his opponent was time. And no man can ever defeat time. You can never outrun time or escape time or beat time.
Right.
We are all subject to it. So no matter how fast he ran, time would have always gone faster.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next one, when Loki was in the eating competition, his opponent was fire. Fire devours everything. Fire consumes all. There was no way that Loki could win. And then Thor, when Thor was drinking from the mead, he was like, you didn't know it, but the end of that horn was placed into the sea. And he was like, you drank so much that you dropped the sea level of the entire world by 3 feet. He was like, which will cause the tides forever to ebb and flow. He was like, had you drained it much more, there would be nothing. Like in terms of an ocean. And Thor is then like, well, and the old woman? He said, the old woman was death. Death is stronger, is the strongest force.
And that's inevitable as well. Yeah.
And he said that, shut up. Stupid Alexa over here going off. But he says, but you managed to hold your own, it's not death, it's old age. That's what he was facing, but essentially death.
Right.
And he was like, you only dropped to a knee. Death crushes all men to their back. You only dropped to a knee. And still fought. And then, with the cat was actually Jormungandr, the world serpent that circles the entire earth under the ocean. Jormungandr is one of Loki's children.
What?
It is the serpent that circles the entire earth under the ocean, and is a huge factor in Ragnarok. But he said, when you lifted with all of your might,
love AC/DC.
You actually raised part of his spine out of the sea.
Damn. Son.
And Thor was actually pissed and turned to throw his hammer, and the giant was gone. So was the hall, so was everything. But then Thor heard a voice that basically said, "Never underestimate what you're capable of."
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That
that's
should
my
be-
favorite story.
That's a next Thor movie right there.
Oh,
They need
dude,
to make that shit happen.
If they would do an actual Norse gods movie, like away from Thor,
Stanley.
from Marvel, from
Stanley.
yeah, like if a company made an actual Norse gods movie, it would be pretty badass.
Pretty.
Let me fucking
Yeah.
BAMF.
But anyway, I got this
LMNOP.
book, and it's I've started the reason I was
Hell
talking
yeah.
about that, I've started I've always had that deep connection with my Norse roots, but I felt like, man, I want to reconnect with it and make it a part of my daily life, because one of the great things that a lot of people don't understand, like, I'm not Asatru. Let me just clarify that.
What's also true?
Asatru is basically the Norse pagan religion, and Asatru people, they borderline worship the gods. And if you know anything about the Norse people, the Scandinavian people, they didn't worship the gods. They honored them, but they didn't worship them. It's basically, I honor my gods.
It's like Wiccan. That's what that word is, being Wiccan. But it's the Norse mythology
Oh,
that you
God,
follow.
what an awful comparison for that.
I'm
This
sorry.
This is heathen. Like, it's
pagan.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pagan. Wiccan is whatever. It's
Polytheistic.
someone who
and
calls
is-
themselves Wiccan, in my estimation, is someone who can't identify what their heritage is and find out what their people actually
whatever
did.
their beliefs are. Whatever.
I mean, that's
Let 'em
fine.
have
That's
it.
fine if you're Wiccan, cool, whatever. But that's just basically, it's too all encompassing of a term. Whereas for me, like, one of the Viking proverbs, like, is, "I have many gods for whom I display honor, but I bend my knee to no man or no god. I have no master." So basically, it's they would call upon the gods for favor, like to give them strength or courage, or to help their crops grow, but they didn't depend on them. It's basically asking the gods to help them help themselves. Like, give me more strength so that I can do this.
Right.
Instead of, please do this for me. No.
That's a
That's-
very good way to live. I mean, as far as getting off your ass and doing it yourself.
Even the Bible says the Lord helps he who helps himself.
Yeah.
Basically, you got to put in the work. I mean, and that's the same across most
Underlying.
religions.
That's an underlying theme
Yeah.
across. Success is
Because, I
You
mean,
gotta do the work.
if you were a god, you wouldn't want to watch just a whole bunch of lazy people asking you for shit all day, every day, like what happens now.
What do you mean? I don't know. I don't listen to those conversations. I mean, I see it on Facebook all the time, but
Well,
people asking for
talking about that, that's why prayer, to me,
Prayer
prayer is such a useless, wasted
energy.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, even, like, especially for Christians, your God is supposed to be infallible. He's this infallible creature. He is perfect. His plan is perfect. Everything he does is perfect. So that means that when you're praying, you are asking this divine, omniscient being to change its perfect plan. That sounds like the exact opposite of faith to me.
Right. I think when it comes to that, the all-knowing, God is supposed to be all-loving, all that. But if God is if He's all-knowing and all-loving, Neil deGrasse Tyson said it the best.
I think it's Voltaire.
That's a conflict that He can't get behind. To allow suffering on the mass level that is happening in the world right now, and to be all loving and all knowing and all encompassing and all, He can't be a merciful God and that it just doesn't work. the dichotomy of those two differences. It just doesn't work in that
That's
regard.
bipolar.
For me. Yeah, it just doesn't work in that regard for me. You can't be both. It's impossible to be both. But through God, all things are possible. Remember that. I just want everyone to,
That's what she said.
Good stuff. What you looking up there, Captain?
Give me just a second.
I'm
pulling
giving
up
it to you. I'm going to give it to you. The whole second. Every single bit of the second. If it was a Milla, I'll give you a different.
Here we go.
1,000
Here
different parts of the
actually,
second.
it was Epicurus. Epicurus said this: "Is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Then he is not omnipotent. Is he able but not willing? Then he is malevolent. Is he both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why call him God?"
Boom. Epicurus. Boom.
Yeah.
Sounds Greek.
Kablammy.
Yep. Sure is.
And that's
He was a Greek
2,000 years
philosopher.
ago. It's 2,000. Yeah, 2,000 years ago. Is that when the
Oh.
or further back than that?
At least. Shit, I don't even know when that was.
It was like it was. You remember back in 14, like the year 14.
You mean 2014?
No.
14.
No. The year 14.
Where
People
everything
had
went
that
down.
shit figured out. Even whenever they were calling bullshit on the fucking stories back when they were supposedly happening.
Yeah, the Greek gods, like the. Well, and one of the other great things too that I love about my heritage, the Norse gods. Unfortunately, we don't have the record of all of Norse history because shit got wiped out with the Christianity wave that came through Scandinavia and
Yeah.
all. I mean, the Christians destroyed so much shit, especially history. Goddamn, they didn't like history. But so far as what is widely believed is that the Norse gods were actually all once living men and women who served their people in such a capacity during their lives that they were raised to God status upon their death.
Oh. Okay.
Kind of like sainthood.
I was thinking that.
Kind of, but instead of a saint, you're a god.
You got cool powers.
Yeah.
Yep. You make it rain.
Oh yeah.
Like,
can make it
and I
rain.
mean,
Like P. Diddy.
If you've ever studied
Pacho.
any of the Norse heritage, like the Norse mythologies, even the story of Odin, Odin only has one eye.
Yeah.
He gave his eye to have all of the knowledge of the 9 worlds, like the 9 realms.
That sounds like a good deal though.
Well, bam.
Yeah.
Because the pirates have one eye half the time. Okay.
And he has 2 ravens named Hugin and Munin, which mean thought and memory, and they fly around the 9 realms, and they come back and sit on his shoulder and whisper to him all of the news from all of the worlds.
That's like Twitter.
It's hard to be everywhere at once. Or TMZ, maybe.
It's not-
Yeah.
I think it's better than TMZ.
Well, TMZ is usually the one reporting the shit that's going down.
I
And-
hate it last though.
And, Loki is known as the trickster god.
Yeah.
And Loki is foul. But Loki is also the most cunning, clever of all the gods. Like
Right.
his wit.
He's the used car salesman of the gods.
No, just far worse. Like there is never a moment where Loki is not working out every angle.
Yeah.
He's Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street.
Kinda, yeah.
Leo DiCaprio.
But the other thing is that for every bad thing Loki has done, Loki is responsible for every great thing that the gods have, like Odin's spear Gungnir, Thor's hammer Mjolnir.
How do you end up with that?
The hammer?
Uh-huh.
The hammer was made by the sons of Vivaldi. No. Made by Brock and Ereki. They were also 2 dwarves. But basically, Loki shaved Sif's head while she was sleeping. That's Thor's wife.
Okay.
Sif had the most beautiful hair of anyone. But he took it from the scalp so it would not grow back because he was drunk and it was funny.
Oh shit.
But Thor is like, you'd better fix this or I'm gonna fucking kill you. And so Loki is like, well, shit. Well, he goes to the sons of Ivaldi, which are 3 brothers. They are dwarves, and they are master craftsmen. And then he commissions them to make 3 gifts for the gods. And then he goes to these other brothers. I think it's Brock and Ediriki. But he commissions them also, but he puts them in a competition with each other. Well, these 2 say that they'll do the competition so long as if they win, if their gifts please the gods more than the sons of Ivaldi, they get to cut Loki's head off and keep it. And Loki is like, okay. Well, he tries to sabotage their shit while they're making it, and that's why Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, has such a short handle. Because he fucked with it. But the thing is, Thor's hammer, a lot of people don't know this about Mjolnir, but, you know, it can grow. Like, he can make it as big as he wants. Yeah, that's what she said. I know. Mm-hmm. Or he can shrink it down so small that he can hide it in his shirt.
Nice.
Yeah. But the handle is always one-handed instead of being a two-handed hammer. But when he throws it, it always returns.
Well, it always will.
Yeah.
Like a random rock.
You know what I
Hammer!
love?
Hammer!
I heard people call boobs hammers. And I put in the Mjolnirs. They were talking about like jackhammers. Those are like claw hammers. Those are like, I was like, those are like Mjolnirs. There was some big old, man. Some hammers.
But yeah, like
she had some hammers on her, boy.
And that's how Sif also ended up with the golden silk hair that she has now, is because that's one of the things that the Sons of Ivaldi crafted for her.
Like Hulk Hogan silk.
Oh, far, far more beautiful.
Are you talking about Hulk Hogan's hair?
Yeah. Like from the 80s.
Oh.
It was silken.
I was like, you mean now?
I love Always Sunny's fucking take on that. Chinese silken hair. Fucking.
But yeah, for Christmas,
skin of a hot dog.
For me, it's a Yule gift. But Haley got me a Thor's hammer pendant, a Mjolnir pendant.
Oh, cool.
That has a king's chain that has wolf heads that hold on to the it's called a bondage ring that keeps the pendant on. Yeah. And then her mom is getting me 2 wolf head beard beads so that I can put them in my beard.
So you'll look like Seamus. Sweet.
It's a shameful thing.
Lost you just a little bit. It'll be good. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Are you gonna wear them on the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
That chain sounds dope though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be GAF.
Gaff.
Yep. Gangster as fuck.
I was thinking good as fuck, honestly. Like,
Gangster as fuck, man. No, it's gangster this week.
Drop the A. ER.
Seamus didn't actually have beads in. He just put a whole bunch of braids.
It looked like he went to Jamaica and
it was a
couldn't
marital
find
beard.
anything. It looked like he went to Jamaica and couldn't find anything to put in his hair, and so he just did.
It was a
beard
marital
instead.
bead or a marital beard.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
I was about it. It was awesome. He's fucking. Seamus is a fucking hoss, dude.
Yeah.
The guy has always been a hoss. I wasn't a big fan of his.
Triple H all the time.
I'm not a big fan of his being in the main event scene, but he's a fucking hand. He is a good.
Sheamus and Cesaro together are great.
They
Yeah.
are.
It's
I've
good
always
tag team.
dug
The
that.
bar.
Yeah. I'm about it. I'm with it, man. They are. It's an appropriate fucking thing.
By the way, I would just like to say, do you know what the number 7 selling shirt on WWE.com is?
Rusev Day.
Don't say a lot.
No, Rusev Day is number 1.
Yes.
Walk with
Yes.
Elias.
Yes, sir.
God damn.
I'm with it. I'm glad for him. Let him get a little bit of coin. Let him make his little bit of money.
Rusev.
Rusev Day is the
Rusev Day.
greatest.
It's Rusev Day is
It's
the
so
number 1
good.
selling shirt.
I love him.
Did
I
you
told
see-
you, man. Did
did
I
you see
say
the
that like a
video?
couple of weeks ago? I'm like, dude,
Did you
Rusev
see
is
the
fucking
video
cracking me up.
where
Yes,
he
dude.
changed Shawn Michaels' theme to
What
Rusev
the
Day?
fuck?
It's so great.
It's so good.
They should actually change that to his theme now and let him come out to that because it's hilarious.
How are they gonna rate me 83? I came out on a tank at WrestleMania and fought John Cena.
Oh,
or 84, whatever it
Yeah.
was. That's so good.
Shane McMahon had a higher rating than Rusev.
He jumps off of something once a year. That's all he does. That's the only thing. So he does a stunt once a year.
Rusev was so funny in that.
I didn't realize. I watched this video. I shared it, and it was the best of 2017. Fuck, what a great year in wrestling that we've had. I cannot. It's been one of the best years ever.
It was one of the
seriously.
best. It was one of the best years ever, just from one match.
The Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
Goddamn right.
I believe it.
That's match of the year. I still say that is match of the year.
Like one-on-one match of the year.
Yeah, just match of the year.
I don't know. I'm still at SummerSlam main event, dude. Joe, fucking Strowman, and Reigns. That was fucking
awesome.
That was so good. That was so fucking hoss. When Strowman threw that chair at Roman Reigns, when Strowman power slammed Brock Lesnar through 2 fucking tables,
Yeah.
And flipped one on top of him.
and then flipped the third one on top of his ass. And when Lesnar got up from all of that and won the whole fucking thing, how he did it was greatness. The whole match was just fucking, yeah. It's been so good. And AJ Styles has been doing the best work of his career.
Balor. That was
Yeah.
like I don't understand.
Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne,
fuck.
both of them,
Jesus
both
Christ.
of them. Those were fucking forever great matches. Those will always be some of the best matches I've ever seen. That high-speed technical wrestling like that, when it's performed, you don't need chairs, you don't need tables, you don't need...
By the way, how about Rich Swann being arrested for kidnapping?
No, I didn't hear anything about this.
Oh, dude, this happened last night or like early this morning or whatever. His wife, Sue Young, she's another wrestler.
Sue Young.
They got into
From Rush Hour?
they got into an argument in the car or whatever, and she got out of the car. He evidently got out of the car after her,
Put her back in the car.
and grabbed her by the arm and the neck and put her in the car and drove off and was pulled over. He's been charged with kidnapping, battery, all this shit. He's still in jail right now. They're in Gainesville, Florida or
shit.
Georgia.
Yeah, I got it up right now. That's too bad.
And I said, my immediate comment on all of the sources of this was, do you think he held her captive all night long?
Oh,
Because I'm fucking great.
how...
If you don't know who Rich Swann is, Rich Swann's a wrestler in the WWE. He's part of 205 Live. But on the indie scene, like in the independents, his theme song was Lionel Richie, all night long, all night. So, yeah, that's fucking funny.
I didn't know that till
And
now.
apparently his wife couldn't handle this.
And that was the other joke that was being made. Well, people were saying he couldn't handle it.
Is that another Lionel Richie song?
No, that's his theme song.
It does
Can
sound like...
you handle this? Can you handle this? Can you handle this?
Alright, so you're going to have to hear
But
that.
it's set to the music of the all night long.
Kind of, yeah.
It is still very much the same song.
That's why he comes out like that, and it seems like he's dancing all night long.
Yeah.
This isn't it.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's an ad, man. It's YouTube.
Skip the shit.
I can't. Yeah, blue. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-doo. Here it is. Yeah.
It does sound like it though.
All night long. Can you handle this? Can you handle this?
All night long, all night, all night. Now play Lionel Richie all night long.
I hope I don't go to another commercial.
It probably will.
Yeah.
It's fucking YouTube.
Fucking YouTube.
Try to get one that's like
I need to
covered.
get-
You get it covered.
I need to
it
get.
No,
I need
don't
to
get
get red.
covered.
Lionel Richie all night long. Woo.
You need to talk to her. Okay, Google.
Okay, Google.
No, it's good. It didn't. This is it.
Told you.
You're gonna have to speed it up because it's just got that little beat forever.
It does.
Yeah. It doesn't blow up until he gets to the. Oh, play on, play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance.
I'm looking at the video. Oh, I'm so sorry to the audience that they don't get to see what I'm seeing right now. 'Cause this is
Fiesta forever. Come on and sing.
his face is so great. He's so happy.
Forever.
Oh shit! I hit the mic.
All night long. All night. All night long.
I
This is
can't
way
help
before
it.
my time.
Oh, it's before all of our times.
No, I'm pretty sure you're good.
I mean, we might have been live, but we wasn't in the fucking club jamming to this shit. we
Look,
wasn't up in the club.
On the
Right?
ceiling.
Check out this Jerry Curl motherfucker. I just got it done
What a
today.
feeling
Nah,
when we're dancing on the ceiling.
it was the thong song.
Oh, Cisco, that
I'm
was
just
the gym. This thing right here,
God,
all the
just kidding,
fellas
it
be
wasn't.
talking about.
I wasn't in the club for that one. What was I in the club for? Oh god.
go shorty, it's your birthday.
You
wanna
Party
Yeah,
like it's your birthday.
I was. That was my
It's
time for
your-
sure. No, it was that
Life Garrett.
that one Sia. Not Sia. It wasn't the Chandelier song. It was the one about paper airplanes. Fly like paper, get high
B.O.B.
like planes. No,
No, M.I.A.
All I wanna
Yeah.
do is
See, MIA. That's a C. I was thinking Sia.
Take your
MIA.
money.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the jam.
Bling bling.
I remember that shit being that whole cycle because I was in the club all the time.
I crashed
At
my
when-
car into a bridge. I don't care.
No, that was like 5 years
I
ago.
love it.
Yeah, that was more 5 years ago. I was talking like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That shit when I was stupid.
Well,
No one
Stupid
knows.
club.
that 10 to
Like I like
15 year range, that was Lil Jon's.
yeah,
And Ursher.
Ursher, Ludacris.
Tell me again.
I love how much fun they make of Ludacris now for being old.
He dropped a couple new singles out.
Yeah,
One's called
straight.
Vice.
Yeah, he put them out on cassette.
On 8-track.
No. He's on that. He's I love Ludacris. I first heard of him on my mom's That's What I Call Music 24 CD.
Oh, God.
It was so it was this young 20-year-old comic that does SNL. He was
Pete
fucking
Davidson?
roasting. Yeah, I think that's who it was.
God, dude.
He roasted fucking Ludacris for being old. It was so good. Ludacris was just sitting there pissed the fuck off. Just sitting there just mad at the world.
Was
for
it a
being-
roast?
Yeah.
How you going to be mad at your roast?
It wasn't
He
his
was
roast. He
oh.
was just on the dais.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
it was Justin Bieber's
He
roast.
came out. He was like talking about him. Yeah, I think that's who it was. Yeah, talking about him being the Dr. Seuss of hip hop. Yeah, it was funny as shit, dude. They got how they got in Hulk Hogan's ass at Hasselhoff's roast.
Oh, yeah.
that's how they got in Ludacris's ass at Bieber roast.
Let's just say Bieber roast because we're not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's
Martha
what it was.
Stewart was gangster as fuck.
She was funny.
in Bieber's roast.
Dude, she was straight hammering.
Oh, my God.
Talking about getting high with Snoop Dogg and shit. Yeah, it was funny.
Snoop Dogg.
He's hosting a game show right now.
Yeah.
Fractal Universes. We talked about this before.
Yep.
We didn't touch on it. We just mentioned it. No.
Yeah, he's a host of a game show, and we're in 2017, and he does a Joker's Wild game show.
I
He's
just
really
love-
stoned, and he
I
has
love the
alcohol in it.
meme that shows Snoop and Martha cooking together, and it says,
The other is Snoop Dogg.
You can't trust stereotypes because one of these is a convicted felon, the other is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Well, both of them. Wait, no, he got a
No. Murder was the case that they gave him. He's innocent.
Yes.
He's innocent.
Yeah.
He's innocent. Trail it out.
That means he had good people on that cleanup.
Johnny Cocker.
Whatever. I don't know.
Spray bleach on everything.
good
People, just
old-
remember, if you
good
got to
old
kill
Calvin.
somebody,
I don't know
dump
enough.
bleach on everything.
I don't know.
Ammonia.
Okay.
This was
That's
brought to you
good
by Dick Vomit Dave.
Nope. I'm keeping that's not a Dick Vomit Dave product. That is not part of the lineup. Nope. Positive messages for dudes being bitch made and not going to the gym. That's when Dick Vomit Dave comes into the mix. When people are acting like their foot fucking hurts, and then they go and run 1.5 miles on
Dude,
the elliptical,
I hope
because their
someday-
foot is about to fall off.
Motherfucker, I hope someday.
I've
I hope he experiences plantar fasciitis.
I've been diagnosed with it, motherfucker.
Diagnosed ain't experiencing.
What do you mean? Yes, when you are. I've had.
No,
when I was in the
I
military.
want that
had,
shit. I want that shit to pop up like every 2 months.
Do you want
where
me
you
to,
can barely fucking walk? You got a limp. You can only walk. When you walk, you look like Charlie fucking Chaplin.
You just
What
took a
the
picture of my
hell are
socks,
you doing?
didn't you?
Did you?
You're showing it to the camera because I got my
Let me
dress
see.
socks on.
Who you got? Who you got?
I got dress socks on from work yesterday because I stayed the night with Cassie last night, and the whole schedule, the whole thing came together.
That diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis?
I don't know.
Is that what you said?
I don't know if that's that big ass word.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but I was diagnosed with it in the military. I still had to run. I would get like a week off. I'd still have to go and do stuff. I'd still have to do physical activity, and I know it fucking hurts. I know what that's like. But there's a lot of stuff that you can do.
There's a screwdriver in the back of my heel.
Do you?
And someone's just twisting it constantly.
Now, I'm not recommending that you do this, but this is something that's worked for me with that. Because,
I need to get a golf
I literally had. I had to buy new shoes. I literally had to buy $100 pair of shoes every 3 months in the Army. It was just because the shoe would wear out and my foot would just boom. You're talking about every 2 months. It was maybe every 3 months. And we ran 5 miles, hard concrete, every fucking day. And I was doing it hungover and dehydrated. So my fucking shit would fucking kill. It sucked. And
But you were doing that at like what, 185 pounds?
No, like 210.
Okay, 210.
And I understand. No, I get it.
There's
I
a
get
huge weight difference on that
what
point.
I'm just gonna say is I get it, dude. I know it hurts. It does hurt. I do. If you can. There are other things that you can do.
Oh, I still ran.
I
fucking ran. I did my warm up for that mile and a half.
Yeah.
Still ran it in the same time. I felt like my foot was about to
Get a
fucking
rolling
explode.
pin. Get a rolling
I
pin.
need to get a golf ball.
It's
Because that's what I've heard a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
I've been on some message boards and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, just get a golf ball.
that's
and
what
run
worked
your
for me
foot.
was a rolling pin. That's what I used because you can get a metal one if you can and put it in the freezer. And the cold, I don't know why. But it
helps break it up.
Yeah, it really does. It really does help. And not saying that it'll solve or it'll heal it or whatever, but that's why I do the arc
It
trainer.
helps alleviate it.
Yeah, and that's why I do the arc trainer. I'm able to go hard in the paint and use
the balls of your feet.
Well, the entirety of my foot.
That's what she said.
I can just go. I can go crazy in it. I can go crazy on that machine and really bust my ass on it without stressing the arches of my feet. And that's exactly why I do the arc trainer, because it doesn't stress the arches of your feet, because you're using all the muscles in your legs instead of just the foot muscles, which are on the elliptical, because you're pushing with that part of your foot to make the machines move.
No, I keep
to separate.
I keep my foot as flat as possible on the elliptical so that my foot gets that full range.
Yeah.
So that it, like, even on the heel, it's doing that.
And that's a running motion. With the arc trainer, it's more stairs.
Right, yeah, I know.
And
I'll
that's
be back to the arc trainer.
Yeah.
But I'm not jumping the gun on that.
Yeah. It's
because that's
resistance low. Just leave the resistance low and do it that way. Or but however you want to do it. It's your
I want to wait.
brother.
I want to wait till I drop a little more weight.
Yeah.
To start putting that kind of pressure on my knees and my quads.
Sure.
Because
sure.
the last thing that I need to do is actually fuck something up, because I don't have insurance.
You don't have.
So
it's really just taking it. You get to a point. You take it to that point. You stay there. You stay just uncomfortable. You don't have to kill yourself where you're bent over dying at the end of every workout. That's not. You can't. You're not.
That's
ready for that.
I literally have to crouch down for at least a minute after every time I do the mile and a half run.
You're not. Yeah. You're not.
Now the half mile run that I
Just
use
do
to
it.
end the workout. By that point, I've been moving around in the gym doing even upper body workouts and stuff, but just going around, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, and then I go to do that last half mile, and I run it in like 2.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I go all out for that and just haul ass through it, and
yeah, and that's good. It's just it's causing undue stress on your foot to hurt. You're hurting yourself doing that. So it's either you need to change in. You need to adjust that. That's really at the.
Well, what was funny was, like, after I did the workout, my foot, I mean, it did hurt, but after I got home, took the shower, probably about an hour and a half later, like that pain was gone, didn't come back till yesterday.
Okay.
Like it's there, but it's not like before where it would be constant.
Every time you walked.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just kind of a throbbing pain.
Sure.
So it's still manageable. I can still walk normally. I'm
That's
not
good.
limping. So
That's good.
So
Well,
actually, I think it did me a favor going
Yeah.
to the gym Friday to run. Now, doing the leg extensions and the calf curls and all that. Oh my God, dude. Because especially the calf curls, because it's on the back
Uh-huh.
and it's sitting right above your heel,
Sure.
that pad. And every time I would flex down, I'm like, God damn it! Like, just-
Oh, you mean the hamstring
Yeah.
curls, the leg curls?
yeah,
I
leg
got you, I
curls,
got
yeah.
you.
And I'm just like, God fucking damn it! And then there's a dude in the gym just looking at me. He's like, Are you okay? And I was like, I got plantar fasciitis, and this is killing me right now, but I got to do this. And he goes, Fuck. All right.
Nice. There you go.
Mind
See?
your business.
See, and you're I'm telling you, the rest of your body thanks you for that. It really does, and you'll feel progress, and it'll all of a sudden, like I see new shit all the time that I didn't even realize was, well, where the fuck did that come? Awesome. There, you next step, more progress, little progress. How's your weight doing this week?
I do not know. I've decided that I'm going to, now that I've had that, because that burst isn't going to last.
Well, I know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh myself at the end of each month.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Nice.
And just do it, because I don't want to focus on my weight too much. Like I already know, like in that 13 days I lost 12 pounds. Okay. I don't want to focus on that all the time, but that shows me, yeah, I can hit 275 in a year. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can do 10 pounds healthy a month.
Right. And so, in doing that, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on actually doing the workouts. I want to focus on what I see and what I feel when I'm putting on clothes.
Are you journaling?
No, I need to get back to it. But no, I have not been.
Like wiping
I
your
need
ass,
to,
man.
And I need to start. I need to start logging my work, like what I do
Exactly.
in my workout,
Track
like
it.
the weights and yeah.
Everything.
By
that's
the way,
successful. I was talking to my mother about that this morning.
Wednesday when I went and did upper body, man, I had a huge power surge from the week before.
Yeah.
Like huge, because the week before I literally was just doing like on the overhead press like this.
Mm-hmm.
The lap pull?
Huh?
Lap pull?
No, that's pull down. Oh, this is press.
He's got a
Where you push it
barbell.
up.
Or
No.
dumbbells.
It was the machine.
Oh, you got a machine.
But,
Okay.
But when I was doing that last week, my third set was like 140 pounds, and I was just like, ooh, fuck. Like, and I did it 8 times.
Okay.
I just, by the time it got to the 9th, I was like, son of a, come on, fuck. Okay, I'm done. It just wasn't there because my triceps just were like it. There's a tendon
Yeah.
back here. Man, I can still feel it from what I did on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it did then.
Sure.
But this Wednesday, I go in and I was gonna I was gonna do the first set for 12 reps at 100 pounds again, and I did the first 3, and it felt like nothing, and I was like, well, fuck this. I bumped it up to 120.
Mm-hmm.
Did the first 3, and I was like, nope. So I went to 140, which is what I ended at the week before. Did it 12 times. Then I did 160 for 10. And then I did 180 for 10. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it shouldn't have boosted like that, but it sure as shit did. I don't
just
know if it
shows
was
you-
just getting the motion back
Yeah.
right, but
Muscle memory and stuff.
Yeah.
You'll have that
and
response,
then,
dude.
and then my
It is surprising.
bicep curls,
You'll be surprised.
bicep curls, it felt really good. I set it at I think it was either 180 or 200, but I just set it and locked my arms up on the pads, and like there at the machine your arms are elevated, they're not in front of you, so it makes it harder, and then you got to grab these
And you're doing
handles.
200 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really strong.
I was like, what the fuck? Like the left arm was really
okay, so
fighting.
it's 200 pounds altogether. That's so is that so you're saying it's doing it up here is harder
instead of having a pad
right,
where your arm
where I do that's a preacher curl. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
This one, your arms are elevated up to about here. They sit on these pads that are above chest level. And so the handles are up here, and you have to pull down, like up and down.
Hell yeah, dude.
And yeah, I hit 200 on that, and I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah.
That's beast. That's strong.
I was pretty happy
Dude,
about
I curl my six curl is only 80 pounds, dude, but I do it straight and I go up and I come down real slow.
Standing curl. I broke my arm in 8th grade, and my outside bone still kind of bows a little bit, and it messed up part of the elbow bone to where the tendon back here is kind of pinched. So I like to fully extend my left arm hurts like a motherfucker. Like to go straight down or straight out. Like you can see right there. See how the right fist is straight, the left one's kind of curved in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, yeah, it feels like it's gonna snap.
Okay.
So I can't. That's another reason bench press is kind of awkward for me, because the right arm can go straight out, left arm can't.
Okay.
There's like just a minute degree, like a few degrees, that it won't allow it to straighten the fuck out. But whenever I do standing, like preacher curls, like with the curl bar, I mean, I can do 80, 100 pounds, but I'm only going to get 8 to 10 reps out of it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My 80 is only good for 6, so that's a struggle. I'm making the noises and that stuff by that point. All the weird.
I watch people do the independent, like just standing curls like that.
Yeah.
Holding 100-pound dumbbells in each hand, and they're just like, and I'm like,
I do those
wow,
with 40.
fuck?
I do those with 40 for 6.
Right, but I watch people do this with 100 pounds, and the thing is, I'm not talking about watching bodybuilders do it. I'm watching dudes that are like you guys' size. I mean, they got some good definition, but
Sure.
100 pounds?
I'm going to get it.
What the fuck?
That'd be fun.
My goal is 115. Right now, just pump it. Nah, not really. I'm not doing that shit.
That's so hard.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
I'll keep it like. Oh! Like, I sound like I'm fucking in the emo band or screamo, whatever people call it.
But yeah, I'm starting to feel better. My chest is tightening up, man. My pecs are
Yay.
getting back to
Hell
where
yeah.
they should be. I mean,
It won't feel like a sleeping bag when you touch your chest anymore.
No.
Hell yeah, dude.
I flexed the other day in the mirror, like
I do it all the time.
I did that flex, and dude, my traps are starting to define out again.
Yay!
Yeah,
It's so much fun, man. I try to have no matter where I turn in my room, just about, I got it covered.
So I got a mirror everywhere.
So I can look. I'm just going to put floor to ceiling mirrors all over every, just bam. All day.
You probably get 1 million followers on Instagram because you start Snapchatting your ass.
Dave Vanity Dave.
I got mirrors
gross.
everywhere on the floor and ceiling. All I do is walk in the room and everybody sees me, but I'm the only person in here.
As always, I'm always performing for a crowd now.
Hello, people. Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
My name is Dirt now.
Is that how I sound?
Yes.
Now my voice went out right there.
That was
Okay.
amazing.
Right on.
Dirt now.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hi guys, I'm Dirt Nap Dave.
My name is Dirt now, Dave.
I'm on the Bulldog Unchained podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Dick and the Dirt Dave.
Hello. That's nice.
In my village in Russia.
That's, oh,
Hello. This is
This
Dick
is
of the
coming
Dark
from,
Knight.
hey, I had like 3 seconds to prepare for that. I didn't even have 3 seconds to prepare for that.
That was
And
great.
you guys, you already got you had a script that you couldn't even get through. You fucking
I tried, but I
butcher.
see you fucking laughing. That's like made me laugh.
no,
I was like,
no. It was your reading skills. It
Bro,
was
reading
because we
skills
were
are on
laughing.
point
Yeah.
in my head. Out loud with words is different.
That's for damn sure.
No shit.
It is.
Oh,
Fuck you guys.
I'm gonna go back. It's gonna be a me and Dave thing because fuck
D
you.
Butcher.
You're not, yeah, and we're going to do. Eventually, there's going to be an episode that is the best of Nubsy Slow murdering the English language, and you know it's gonna be good for an hour and a half long. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's the whole
we
episode.
got yeah.
Like, we
that'll
took
be
the day off.
great. I'm really excited. But even it could just be 10 minutes and
Just cut in between, like separating the episode we're doing.
just all these different pictures of you just smiling, being all innocent and happy and shit. It's just like, look how stupid he is. Yeah, all of that stuff.
Oh
Like,
God.
Yeah, he had the dab on.
a dab on you.
Oh,
We got the Christmas special coming up, the 100 episode special
I
coming
don't know.
up.
What
I don't know
episode?
what we're gonna do with the Christmas special. I
It's-
really don't know.
We
if
could
we're
talk
gonna be
about that
able to
later.
do- yeah.
Yep.
I really don't know if we're gonna be able to do anything like.
In time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go ahead, something.
I know what I am looking forward to. I know what there is going to be time for.
What's that?
Next motherfucking Saturday in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, boy.
Clutch.
We go to see Clutch.
Cassie has been listening to. I made her a playlist of top 10. She's like, "Send me- what are your 10 favorite songs?" And so I sent her 15, and I was like, that's nowhere near enough. And they were varied from transnational all the way to the current
Psychic
album,
Warfare.
Psychic Warfare. Yeah. And I just like, I got to pick out stuff from the whole genre because we're probably going to see the majority of Psychic Warfare, but they're going to, because it is a Psychic Warfare tour, but they're going to involve a lot of old stuff too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so hopefully we'll get maybe, I would really like a Dragonfly or Elephant Riders or
Or
fucking,
Shogun named Marcus.
that's great. I've seen it live. I've seen,
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one. And
You want to
stuff
talk about
on
a song that'll make a crowd go goddamn crazy?
Shogun? Yeah.
That and Mob Goes Wild.
Yeah, of course. That's one of their staples, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And
That
Gravel Road,
Electric Worry.
Electric Worry. I would like. I know I'm not going to see it, but Subtle Hustle. That's done been buried. Yeah, I know. I love. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I got
Clutch.
your number.
Yeah.
I steal your thunder. I got your mother's maiden name
Tattooed
tattooed
on
on my arm.
Yeah. Yes, dude.
Sounds nice.
I drive out demons. Can I hear an amen? Their
Lay
hands are
hands on screaming heathens and do it all again.
Yeah. It's Subtle Hustle, baby. That's the thing. That's the good one. I just love the message in that. Yeah.
That whole
we were
album,
listening
dude,
to
that whole Blast
Prophets
Tyrant.
of Doom. Yeah.
You see, you're naming it Blast Tyrant. That's why when you ask what album would you point someone to
Blast
to show
Tyrant's,
fuck, dude,
yeah.
it is the most, from beginning to end, the most solid full album.
Yeah.
Like it is, and it's if you think about
It's-
it's almost like the perfect midway point.
It's the middle ground.
of, yeah, it
where
really
they're
is.
transitioning between the two. I mean, Pure Rock Fury was greatness.
It is great.
And
Pure Rock
Robot
Fury is
Hive
great.
Exodus, the albums
I
before
love-
and after it,
I love
were both really good.
Strange Cousins from the West.
but absolutely
It's amazing.
Yeah.
From Beale Street to Oblivion.
That one holds a special spot in
Of
my
course.
heart. That one really does
That's
because of my
home.
Memphis upbringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw them. Was on a Thursday night during or Tuesday night on. It was a school night, and I didn't really know. I didn't know. I didn't understand how great this band fucking was live, and it was just that was what was going on that evening. So I went and saw them, not really giving them the attention or props that they needed. And I think I had just gotten my lip pierced the first time I seen them.
Not like a snake bite.
No, it was
just
it was
a lip
it,
ring.
It was a ring. Yeah, and so it was still a little sensitive, but the pit was great. I didn't even think about it. By the time I was in the second song, and we were on Elephant Riders was the album, and yeah, it was so good. And I just fell in love. I really did. That was the first time I truly.
dragonfly.
Yeah.
I do love that song.
Soap Makers. Fucking yeah. Escape from the Prison Planet. I remember that.
The ship of gold.
Yeah. Muchas veces.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh my God, so good. The house that Peter built. Yeah. Dude, a lot of that good stuff. Just so Big News 1 and 2. I saw that. That was yeah. Oh, so good. Oh, man.
Yeah. What's funny is my dad the
rats.
emperor of villains.
She didn't really like rats very much.
My
They
dad
don't play
has
that
been
anymore.
bugging me for the past month. He's like, so when are we going to Nashville again? My dad wants to go see Clutch so bad.
Tell him to come. Shit.
I told him, I was like, I think you're in love more with the idea of going than actually going, because this isn't like a regular concert where you sit down in a chair and watch a band. I was like, you're going to be standing for 3.5 hours, 4 hours,
Yeah.
and getting elbowed and slammed
People are gonna
into.
be.
That's the other thing with Haley. Like, we're going to have to, like, me and her are going to have to stand kind of off center a little
Of course.
bit,
I don't get in the pit anymore.
Yeah,
either,
dude, I'm
man.
too
I'm
old for that, yeah.
Yeah. Rock and roll has passed me by on that whole thing. Yeah. I went through my teenager phase where I was the one that got beat up. And I went through the phase where I was the big guy.
I loved it.
Then I was the bigger guy, and so then I beat up the teenagers, and now I'm just no. I don't want to be. I'm not going to be that guy, the 35-year-old in
Right.
the pit. It's my birthday this week, by the way.
Uh,
Yeah, 35, baby, on Thursday. I can't wait. I got a big. Cassie knows how much it fucking bugs me to see presents and not touch them and be like, all right, I want to guess what it is, And she sent me a picture with it, and it's sitting in her living room right now. And so when I'm over there, I'm just like, she's like, you can't touch it. I was like, how about you do this? Take it and toss it up in the air and catch it. So whenever I see how it falls in your hand, I'll know what kind of weight I'm working with, and I can think about that with the dimensions and the weight, and I can figure out what it is maybe. So she threw it, and it's like, oh, it's clothes, isn't it?
Because no matter how old a man is, the last thing he wants for his birthday is clothes. We still want toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Still want fucking toys.
See, but that's my attachment to things that I got to get over. That's so I can have my second chakra open.
But at the same
and my
time, like my collection of pop figures,
dude.
they make me happy as hell.
Yeah.
When I look at it, like I'm just like, dude, I love my collection.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, are there pops that I don't have that I would love to have? Sure,
Boom.
but
See? Yep.
but I love what I've got. I love my Deadpool collection.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
I know, I love my Deadpool tank top.
yeah.
I love my Deadpool collection too.
It's a good
It
one.
includes a tank top and one of those pops.
One of
I
those.
don't know which one though. Oh shit! There I
You
am.
pulling the nubs?
Look, I'm pulling the.
Hope y'all
professional.
pulled a nub today.
I hope you don't pull a nubs this week with any of the video or audio.
Man, I'm hoping that it. I mean, as far as I know, it's still. We're still going
Fingers
strong
crossed.
here.
Pulling the nubs.
Can you still see us?
That's what we're calling it.
Pulling a
Look
nub.
around the back of that real quick. See if it's
Right.
recording.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What have
Fuck
we
it.
got?
Might as well check it out, right?
It's 1:30 anyway, so if you're still listening, I
Yeah.
fucking feel sorry for you.
it is.
Oh yeah, baby.
Woohoo! I've only picked my nose like 3 times.
How?
Oh, I do this all the time, fixing my mustache.
I know.
I know.
It's my nose.
I know I do it, but whatever.
That, you know what I
Little
love
hairs
about that's what one of the things I do love about the video is it'll make us more aware of our little nuances and
Oh, yeah.
subtleties, the things that we do
I mean, me.
on a regular basis that we're not aware of that come
talking
off as unprofessional
Like-
or whatever.
Like blowing it directly at the fucking camera.
I bet somebody just got high right there.
Hey Greg,
Oh, man.
what are you doing, Greg?
Dave's
Now,
not here, man.
Pedro's not here. No, man, I'm Pedro.
no, Dave's not here.
Dave.
He's well,
Actually,
whenever he's
in,
leaving
in
here.
Up in Smoke, it's Pedro's not here.
I know.
What's up? Still
We're
smoking. I
talking
think.
about me.
No. What?
In,
Huh?
in Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke,
Yeah.
when Cheech and Chong go to his cousin Strawberry's house,
Yeah.
he rings the
Hey,
doorbell.
Strawberry.
No, and it goes, hello? Or it goes, who is it? It goes, it's me, Pedro. Pedro's not here. No, man, I'm Pedro. And Chong's like, what's going on, man? I don't know. Somebody's in there messing around, man. And then they walk into the door, and it's the fucking bird. I wasn't looking at his neck. I wasn't looking at his neck.
So I don't know how much you guys will appreciate this, but the other day when I was sitting there thinking, my buddy sent me a picture of him at a Grizzlies game, and then I was just thinking about how much more I love Denver than Memphis. And,
Whoa.
And
That's some strong words.
and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to switch affiliations, because if there isn't, and also if there isn't a more fucking appropriately named
Nuggets.
basketball team
The Nugs.
than the Denver fucking Nuggets, I love that so much. The Nugs, they're fucking the Nugs. That's so fucking funny. I made that realization the other day, and I don't know if any other person that ever has come up with that and put that out to the world. Awesome for us thinking alike,
Yep,
because I have never seen
that
that.
as soon as they did the
Oh,
legalization.
my
I'm
God.
like, the Denver Nuggets.
The Nuggets. Oh, they're my new favorite basketball team.
Because I mean, that year when they legalized it, we had the 420 Bowl.
Sure. I don't know what.
You had Denver versus Seattle
Oh yeah, that's
in the
right.
Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that now. Yes, I think I made that
The Weed
correlation.
Bowl.
Yeah, the Broncos versus the Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
All the recreational that you can handle. Oh, it's so fucking cool. There's so much everywhere. It's so much. The whole world should be that way.
I should. Really.
I watched the
You
John
know what it
Oliver.
should- do you
the
know what it
show with
should
John
be?
Oliver last week.
It should be to a point at this point where we don't even talk about weed in the same way that we don't talk about smoking cigarettes, really.
Or
people
alcohol.
don't. Yeah, people
Alcohol.
or drinking. Yeah, people be like, "Oh yeah, I went out and drank last
Or
night."
dialysis.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But yeah, it should be to the point where smoking weed isn't a big deal.
It's not.
It shouldn't be.
It's not. The
just-
majority.
But I mean,
no.
people have to celebrate it now because
The-
it's
the majority
it's still
of
a
the-
victory
yeah.
for people when they get
It's
to
gonna be federal. It will be.
It's
It's just
gotta
a
be.
matter of time and
Figuring
and
out
enlightenment. And there is structure. There's infrastructure in place
Right.
already. You treat it just like
alcohol.
alcohol.
Absolutely.
The
cigarettes.
same thing. The ATF just needs to have an M in it, or ATFE now because it's explosives. The ATFEM, ATFEM, what? And you just the bureau, and you because you can tax the shit out of it. You could tax the shit out of it, and I would still pay it.
Yeah.
I would still pay it to know because and it's not only it helps with the PTSD, man, because it takes my dreams. That's my biggest thing. It helps take those fucking thoughts out of my head. That's the biggest benefit of it, outside of having fun and giggling and making cartoons funnier and food better and all of those other benefits.
But yeah, the anxiety. The
It
PTSD,
really
yeah.
Depression
and if
and
it
shit.
was up to the VA, I'd be a fucking impotent fat fuck right now on fucking antidepressants.
Yep.
I go to the gym 5 days a week. I fucking work out and I eat right, and I fucking spend time with the world. I'm still present. And I don't have the laboring thought of being in a fucking war zone for a year for no fucking reason. I don't have that. I don't have to sit with that. I don't have to spend time with that as like I would if I was totally alone in my, because the first thing that comes back are your fucking vivid ass dreams, and especially whenever you stop using marijuana for any kind of time period.
That's what Joe Rogan
It's
talked
an
about.
It's an oversaturation of
It goes crazy
of
to
the
make
REM
up
sleep.
for time. Yeah,
it's an oversaturation of that REM sleep that you've gone away from for so long. I don't dream, and I'm so thankful for that, because it waking up panicked, and you don't. Nobody needs to live with that. And if it was up to the federal government today, I would be on antidepressants instead. I would
and
be
probably want to kill yourself.
I'd be on Xanax. I'd be on whatever, all that other stuff. I never wanted to explore that route. The universe will provide for that stuff. We found alternative ways to deal with that kind of stress. We don't have to synthesize it in a fucking laboratory.
Right. Well, that's the problem. Big Pharma can't profit really. Off
They
of
can't. They
marijuana.
can't profit as much as they can off of.
I mean,
Off of
if
that,
you really think about
because
it,
whenever all the side effects, it's going to make your dick soft. Well, here's a pill to make your dick hard. It's going to make your blood pressure high. Well, here's a pill to make your blood pressure low. It's going to fucking fuck up your kidneys because you're taking all these pills. Well, here's some dialysis. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you. You're not looking out for the best interest. That's the disillusion we have.
yeah, they all
with
take
the
that
fucking
oath.
control.
They take that oath of do no harm. And yet, every doctor that I know of that prescribes medication does harm every day.
What they do, they put a bullet on or a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. They just stop whatever the worst thing is that's happening to you. Oh, you have high blood
That's
pressure.
just it.
We're going
Medicine
to
in
lower
this
your
country.
blood pressure with this medicine.
Well, medicine everywhere is reactionary.
Yeah.
It's not preventive.
Yeah.
Whereas, it's been proven that
Proper diet.
marijuana, proper diet, exercise is preventive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like medicine is designed to react.
Yeah.
Only when something's gone wrong.
Yes, that's right. And nobody talks about, not even the American Heart Association or any of these other health organizations, WHO, none of that shit. They don't talk. It's not. They tell you, and the diet that they tell you to fucking follow is terrible for you too.
Yep.
Because it involves a bunch of sugar, fucking processed ass foods,
grains, dairy.
That's it's you have to really dig. You have to really want to find the information yourself. You have to really go out and try to find out the actual path that you need to take to have optimal health. Why not be the best version of you? Because it was somebody else that said this, man. Because you can fail. You can still be a fucking failure doing something you hate. And why not follow the path a path of optimal living? Be good to yourself and good will come to you. I'm proof of that. I've had so much fortune this year. I've had so many great things happen to me this year because of putting good out there. If I was spending all my time in bars and shit, I wouldn't have been able to afford to go to Denver this year. I wouldn't have been able to afford to travel to Chicago and celebrate my father's 60th birthday and not worry about any of the bills being paid or anything like that. I had and part of that was being present, being able to focus on my health and focus on improving my MBS, basically my mind, body, and spirit. It was there's a whole lot of growth in that this year, and I know we're past Thanksgiving, but it's realizing, having an attitude of gratitude for everything that you get. We can all grow from that. It's perception.
The other
That's
thing
the
is
biggest thing that I'm really learning.
That attitude of gratitude is something that more people need to focus on implementing that in their daily life.
100%.
Because once you, instead of looking around, looking at everything that you don't have, once you start truly and honestly be like you make yourself grateful for what you do have, you reach a better place.
Right.
Like
you really do.
Yeah. And
that's where happiness lies.
Mhm.
It's perspective.
Mhm.
That's the detachment. We're coming back to the sacral chakra. That's the detachment from
my intermittent
materialism.
fasting is not grateful.
Right.
now.
Well, that's where
My
there
stomach,
at it, right?
Are you doing it?
Yeah,
too?
of
My
course.
stomach is
Right there. It's almost time for us to eat,
Yep,
so
it
it's
is.
happy day. But that detachment from material things and learning that that's not what will ever make you happy, and coming from an essence of it, but embracing the things that you do have, the luxuries that we have as human beings that live in America with working fucking plumbing.
Things
We're
that I
ahead
think
of a
about all the
lot
time.
of the world.
Things that I think about all the time. No joke. For me, like yes, all the things that I have, like my stuff is cool. I love it. I'm very grateful that I got it, that I was able to get it. But no joke, the things that make me the happiest, first of all, is Haley Fawn making it through everything that she's been through. And after that, literally, I am thankful and grateful that I have things like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Toronto Maple Leafs and these things that I take tremendous pride in and that I love and that just bring me joy. Even when they don't bring me joy, it's still that I still, I got a team that I get to cheer for and I get to watch their games every week and have fun. Like the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs beat the defending Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins last night. Suck it, Steven! Sorry, I had to do that.
I understand. It's nice to put your energy and time into that.
I'm thankful for video games, man. They take, even though I haven't played in like 3 weeks now, but whenever I do play, like it just alleviates stress. It takes my mind off some things and gives me an outlet to just do something fun.
I get it. It's a stress relief.
Yeah,
I get that. I do.
Coming in here, checking out the downloads every day now, I'm just like, talk about being grateful. The way this show has grown in the past, not even 6 months, the last 2 months is a huge thing every day for me. Like it's a source of pride. It's it's one of those like, God damn, dude, you guys have been in this for some months now, but I've been doing this coming up on 2 years, and just
we did our first show over a year ago.
Yeah. But I'm saying like for all three of us together, that was this summer. That was this past summer, and then there were a few shows in between where it wasn't like that, and then, but for like 3-4 months now straight, it's been us, and just watching how the show has grown and evolved. And I think back to when I first started, and literally there were 100 people that listened per show, and now it's like it's between 2,000 and 2,500. That's fucking crazy.
That is something to be grateful for. It is.
Yeah.
And of course,
Absolutely.
I want more from. Of course, I want it to grow, but I am truly grateful. And the fact that now, whenever I post things on the Bulldog Unchained page, I'm seeing names pop up in comments and in the likes of people that I don't know.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, that's great.
That to me, when you start seeing people that you have never met and will probably never meet, but they like what you do, they like content that you post up for their entertainment, and they're interacting with it, that's fucking awesome.
It's a great feeling, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Great feeling.
I mean, I would liken that to being a stand-up comedian. You go on stage, you don't know these fucking people, but they laugh at the shit you're giving them.
That's the whole
right.
That's the whole point. It's good. That's awesome. Those are things to definitely be grateful for. Sports teams and things that you can get behind and spend time with and really focus on.
And it's a community thing. Like I get like for the Steelers games, I get to be surrounded by friends and people who are also fans of this team, and we're either celebrating together or we're screaming at the TV together.
Sure.
But it's still a community. Like you're still there, even if you're pissed, you're having fun. Because I mean, it's always better to do that with a group
It's nice
of people.
to enjoy that story.
Right.
You can relax and enjoy that story as a
I
part
hate watching
of it.
games alone at home.
Yeah.
I hate it. It drives me nuts because I want someone to either high five and swing a terrible towel with me, or to bitch at the TV.
It's understandable.
Like, can you believe this dumb motherfucker? Why he couldn't catch crabs from a $10 hooker? Like Martavis Bryant.
Burn.
Although he did come in pretty clutch last week, so
Good.
that's cool.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell.
Free
Been
Ryan
doing that?
Shazier scares me, man.
Who's that?
That's the dude that just hurt his spine last week.
Oh.
Yeah. Man. That's
Jeez.
craziness.
Little jeez. Diddly diddly.
That was
Heck yeah.
But then we also got a sweet celebration where Juju Smith-Schuster pinned Le'Veon Bell for
He's
the 1,
the new
2,
world
3.
champion. Yeah. I saw that. And what about you, Nubs? What are you grateful for?
water, comedy, my tattoos in my right hand,
All right.
and
Did you say and your right hand?
yeah,
You didn't say on your right hand?
Nope.
No, you
No.
said
Nope,
and.
he said my tattoos and my right hand.
Yeah.
All right.
I got what you were. Yeah.
Hey, you know,
trying to spit game at a girl.
if you can't love yourself,
yeah,
you
so,
can't. Who's gonna love you if you don't love
family,
yourself?
friends, shit like that.
Hey,
That's
that brings
important.
me to something I wanted to bring up this week. So I have a friend. We're gonna call her Cece.
Pizza.
No,
Damn.
we're gonna call her Cece. She is married. Her her husband is one of those guys that tries to control every aspect of her life. She separated from him once before because, as she put it, he couldn't keep his dick out of other humans. And I tried to tell her, and she said that it's because she went back because she hit this thought of, no one's, I've got a kid now, no one's gonna want to be with me, blah blah blah. And I was like, lady, that is not how the world works at all.
There's somebody's out there that's going.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And
stuff their
and
face in your
she's
butthole.
attractive. You do know her.
It probably
Just stuff here in a butthole.
there's a dude out there probably that will stuff his face in your butthole. That's what I said.
I'm down for
And
it.
eat what you had for dinner.
Oh
Yeah. Did you not catch the first part of the show when I started my fucking catchphrase?
See?
Lady, it's on.
Okay, so anyways,
But I tried to tell her, I was like, that is awful. And I was like, and it's going to become a toxic environment for your child as well. Because your kid is little right now and doesn't understand what's going on. But they're going to understand as they get older that, wow, mom and dad really don't like each other.
yeah,
And it's going to become toxic. And I told her, I was like, this is what your child is going to learn as an example of what relationships should be like. This is where they're going to get that information. That's not the way to live. That's
right.
Not at all. And
Is she? So she's away from him, or she's back?
no,
with him?
no, they're together.
Okay,
But it's just,
that's her. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've got a situation. I've got a similar situation
Which
with
I don't
someone
ever-
close with me.
I won't interject myself into any situation like that.
I've
But
got
I was giving advice, and I was telling her, I was like, look, that's not the reality. I was like, you're attractive, you're young. So what if you have a kid? There are plenty of people that would want to be involved in your craziness.
The girl doesn't have a kid nowadays.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Well,
There's so
it's-
many.
It's the truth, though.
It's
I don't know. I'm fortunate.
Okay, look,
I've been able to
hey,
fit the last
Dave,
couple of them that I've
hold
found
on, hold on.
didn't have them.
Babies
how
have
many
babies.
women over the age of 25 do you know that don't have kids? I don't know that many.
I don't know that many women.
I know tons of women. I know a shit ton of women.
Yeah.
And there are not many that I know that don't have kids.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I'm just
No,
saying.
but there are some guys that are like, that's an absolute game breaker. That's a no.
They a-holes, though.
Or
Well, not really. I mean,
or actually they're just more self-aware and honest instead of getting in a relationship with somebody that's got a fucking kid that's not yours. So not only are you accepting that, you got to accept the whole fucking everybody else's family that's involved with the, because it's not just
I was in that
her.
situation.
It's not just
We were talking
the
about it
female.
before we started the show.
It's
I
not
came in on
just
that one.
that. I mean, it takes a lot more work, and recognizing that up front and saying that you're not willing to do that. I mean, just because I don't like to skydive or something else that's really hard to do, I'm not gonna
Walk on lava.
I'll walk across the parking lot a lot quicker than I'll walk to the top of a fucking mountain.
Well, it depends. Is it Red
That's what
Ridge
I'm
Mountain?
saying. It's just a lot harder. Red Rocks
Yeah.
Amphitheater.
Well,
Yeah.
but
It's
the
just
thing
a lot harder to walk up a mountain.
The thing
and
is,
that's
too,
the
think
kind of
about-
comparison.
Think about this. When two people get into a relationship, it's hard enough if there are no kids involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to focus on each other. If there are kids involved, that changes the dynamic of what a relationship
What comes
should
with
be
it.
should be built on, because
What comes with it?
you don't get to focus on each other. You don't get to do all this. Which, by the way, one of the best things I've ever read involved this woman calling her mom, asking her. She was like, "My husband's been getting upset with me because I make the kids' plates before I make his," and she was like, "Should I make his plate before the kids?" And her mom was like, "That's what's wrong with you women today. You put your children before your husband, before your man." He was like, she said, "That's your partner." Like, and in what should be the typical case, he was there before your kids. Now, I do understand there's this whole step kid thing and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, when either partner that is the co-head of the household treats the other like a second-class citizen in favor of the children and puts them on the back burner, that's what your children are seeing.
Resentment is going to come.
Resentment's going to come, yeah. But that's what your children are witnessing is the norm of life.
That's the way to treat another human.
Right.
That's the way to treat another
Can he
person.
just make his own damn plate, though?
Examples. It's a principal thing.
Right.
And that's
okay,
true.
look, let me tell you right now.
And
My
that's true.
grandmother, and my grandfather. My grandmother retired before I was born. Okay? She did not have to work. But every day for lunch, my grandpa came home at 11 o'clock for lunch. Okay? When he walked in that door, his lunch was ready on the kitchen table for him. Then, if I was there, then she would make me a plate. That's what I saw. And if she like when he would get home at night, like he closed the store at 5 o'clock, he would get home at about 5:10, 5:15. He would walk in. Sometimes she would still be cooking, and he would literally walk over and put his hands on her waist and either kiss her on the cheek or kiss her on the back of the neck. Or sometimes, if he didn't think I was looking, or if I was out of the room but I would still see in the kitchen, he would goose her, like he would pinch her on the butt, and she'd be like, "Oh, Robert," you know. But that was it. They were partners. My dad didn't get his plate fixed first. I didn't get my plate fixed before my grandfather. That was her partner, and that's whose plate got fixed first. And anything that my grandfather did, if it involved an order, a pecking order of who was dealt with first in anything, grandma's winning out over everyone every time. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that too many people have, either they don't know because it's when the 60s and 70s came along and the whole feminist movement and all this bullshit, and he can fix his own plate. Okay, cool. That's cool. But you're the same people that want to talk about chivalry being dead when you don't even know what the fucking word chivalry means. Chivalry was actually a code.
Being nice to people.
No, chivalry is a code of ethics and combat. There is only one thing pertaining to women in the code of chivalry. I'll let you guys go look all that shit up for yourself.
You're supposed to hate them, apparently.
What, women?
That's what this is turning into.
How is it turning into that?
I think
not at all.
Bulldog hates women.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Gay people.
I don't think
and all the other colors.
What are you talking
Look,
about?
I'm just talking about Bulldog.
When it comes
being
to
racist and not liking women and handicaps.
Oh yeah, fuck Andy.
Yeah.
You just got that, didn't
you? Hey, Andy.
Andy. But no, too many people don't understand what the dynamic of a relationship is actually supposed to be. You put each other above everyone. I don't care if you got one kid or you got 15 kids. The two of you come first before any of them went in.
She better at least.
Shut up in terms of each other, because without your partner, what good is your foundation?
Exactly.
Yeah. With Haley comes first, like before anyone. If Haley needed something from me and someone else needs something, Haley.
Well, yeah.
It's Haley. And I mean, that's just one of those things of like, you'll see people too that do it with their parents. They'll put their parents
over their spouse.
Over their fucking spouse. Fuck you. That's why you end up divorced. That shit.
Fuck
like
you,
that.
Dad.
No, for real. Like,
you don't want this dialysis.
I see people that allow their parents to be too involved in their relationship and like try to control aspects of their kids' relationships and all this. These are adults. I'm not talking about children, but adult kids, adult children who are in relationships and their parents try to get involved in it. And I'm like, the fuck are you? Don't you have a relationship of your own to worry about? But yeah, too many people, like, and I love the way that this lady's mom put it. She was like, that's what's wrong with you women today. You put so much emphasis on wanting to be independent and blah, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, if you want to be independent, go be independent alone and raise those kids by yourself. And then tell me how hard it is because your husband's not there.
Boom.
He's not your partner anymore. He's not helping you. So, yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people should really either learn, or if they know it, focus on it. Because I know a lot of people, you know a lot of people, and you know a lot of people. Scroll through Facebook, how many shitty fucking relationship statuses can you find just right now?
Probably like, I got 900 something friends, probably 800 of it.
Right. You'll find people all the time bitching about their significant other on social media. And I'm like, I saw a post.
I'd never let anybody, nobody ever knows what goes on outside the castle.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like what we talk about on the show, what we talk about here, that's the most that anyone outside gets of me and Haley. Dude, which Haley and we're great together. We have fun.
Yeah. In the butt.
Huh?
In the butt.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, like we just
one thumb and then you get a thumb in and then it's warmed up.
But it's it's that thing of I was in a Facebook group earlier this week and I had to call someone out. This girl was talking about her boyfriend just turns down sex all the time, doesn't want to have sex with her. She's trying to figure out what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then I read through more comments before I said anything. And in these comments, she calls him a pansy. She basically runs him down to people.
Like negs him? She negs him? Like what dudes do to females to try to get them to like them? They tell them that they're ugly and that kind of shit?
No. That would be saying it to them.
Oh.
She's saying this about her boyfriend
on social media.
On social media to people she does not know.
Oh,
and yeah. I flat out said, to summarize my post, I was like, I don't know you, but just from what I've seen in your original post and in your comments, maybe it's the fact that you run him down. And you run him down not only, I guarantee, if you're running him down online to people that neither of you know, you are more than comfortable doing it in front of your friends.
Yeah.
Even if he's sitting right there. And I was like, yeah, being called a pansy, boy, that would get my dick right the fuck up for you. Or not at all. And I even mentioned,
I'll show you a pansy bitch.
I even mentioned in one of my comments back, I was like, let me tell you, I was with a woman who did that shit to me. My ex-wife would run me down in front of people all the time, and I never did that shit to her. I refused. I would never want anyone to think badly about the person I'm with.
I remember because the first night we got along really well. She called us gay the whole time.
Yeah, and
I mean, I was with it, but it's.
But I mean,
I'm down.
What you thought was funny.
Yeah, right. It was all the time.
All the time.
I got you.
It wasn't just a humorous scenario. That was just life for me. And at one point, I told her, because she was trying, and that's the other thing. Men generally initiate sex more than women. That's a given.
I'm lucky.
That's a given.
I'm so fortunate. It's Thanksgiving.
But the thing is, though, but hold on. Surely you've been in relationships where you had to initiate over 90%. And after you get shot down so many times, it takes a fucking toll on your libido. Eventually you're just going to stop trying.
Like, hey, so my dick's out. You want to do anything about it? No? All right, I'm going to take care of it and go to sleep.
And so I actually told my ex-wife at one point when she tried to initiate sex, I was like, literally, I would rather jerk off than fuck you.
That was the day before or the day after you told her you wanted a divorce?
Nope, not even close.
How far out?
Oh, that was about the halfway point.
That was like 2.5 years in?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you basically became celibate. Dude, I'm so glad that you realize that. I've got people in my life right now that are in volatile arrangements where it's been a consistent pattern of repeated disappointment over and over and over, to the tune of abuse, physically, verbally, from both sides, because it's not just one side, because the person who I'm talking about also responds in the most volatile ways that they can, the most hateful ways
Goes
that they
for the
can.
jugular every time.
Because of how bad they're hurt, and because that's how they know, and that's how they were brought up, and that's how they saw. That's what they saw. That was their example, was to go for the jugular, hit him until he fucking loves me, and it hurts my heart for this person, because they have aligned a lot of their life more so. They're a lot more balanced than they've ever been, but they still have a very toxic, volatile body and spirit.
So that seems to be the final step.
The mind is almost there. The mind is right there with their career, and they've gotten a lot better, but there's still things missing from proper alignment and true happiness and attachment to those desires that she just wants to be. I don't know if I'm missing the boat on this or not, but the want to be loved, the want of compassion,
and
not
that
feeling
fear
like,
of being alone,
and not feeling like you deserve love from better.
That's one of the biggest things that keeps people in a toxic relationship, is fear of being alone.
Because we all do. We're all afraid.
I'm not.
We're all afraid of being alone, dude.
When I met Haley,
bullshit, dude.
No, dude,
we die if we don't have contact and touch, connection.
Look, I've got friends. I'm one of those.
So
people.
you have the connections.
I'm good being alone, though.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine spending weeks on end in my room reading, watching TV.
But there's still okay, I may have overstepped.
But what I'm talking about is the relationship, though.
Yeah.
That fear of being alone.
Yeah.
Too many people. There are more people than not that need to experience being the fuck alone and fall in love with yourself,
growing and discovering who you are as a person.
When Haley and I met, I was single, and when Haley and I started seeing each other, this was unlike any other relationship. Normally, within like 2 weeks to a month, you establish the relationship. Haley and I, we had been seeing each other for almost 3 months before we just finally established that we were a couple.
Okay.
Because it was that I was trying to fight it. I was trying to, but I was like, nope, I don't need a relationship. I'm good.
It was a bit long for me and Cassie getting that, as well as far as vocalizing, defining it. It took a minute, but that was it was a combination of things as well for me as well. I didn't want to, because I just got out of a relationship, and I didn't want to open myself up emotionally that much, and that was out of fear. It was out of fear that a fear of rejection. And for a good reason, because I didn't want to appear as though I just wanted to be in a relationship.
Right.
I didn't want to just come off like oh my God, I just need somebody to cuddle with, and that's, and then everything's gonna be okay. No, I wanted to grow as a person individually, and she was such a fucking rock, dude. She was right there with it, just down and. It was hard to
I'm really anxious for Cassie to come be on the show with us, just because I think that the audience will really gain a true appreciation for the kind of woman that Cassie is, like being with you.
Sure.
I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but
no.
People have experienced Haley on the show, even just audio, and you get from Haley's demeanor, Haley is absolutely the kind of woman that can fit in my universe.
Yeah.
She's funny, she's sarcastic, she's extremely witty.
Sure.
She fits me.
Yeah.
And
that's how it is.
I look at you and Cassie, and I'm just like, that's a great fit.
Yeah.
And then there's Nubs over here.
I'm afraid of commitment.
He's thankful for his fit.
Yeah. Like 2 weeks to a month, people just find. Nah, I'm just like, okay. It's pretty much on. Like we was those separate ways now. I think I had enough.
But he's also not 30 yet.
Yeah.
Well, still,
here in a couple years,
I'm like 8
I think
months ago.
I think
that's where
here in a few years, he'll hit a point to where he's like, you know what? Okay, I'm comfortable.
And that's where she, the person that I'm talking about, is not. She doesn't realize that it's okay to be. She wants.
It's okay to be happy.
It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be. It is okay. She doesn't feel like she deserves love from somebody else, and doesn't want to put the energy into another failure.
Right.
And it's a give up
That
as opposed to
time.
It's a give up on, because it's a 7 year ongoing thing.
I had to get over that too,
and that's where the attachment to that is. If she can just let that go.
That was another thing of why I stayed with my ex-wife for so long. Was one, I was in love with her kids, and two, I'd invested so much time, and it was one of those. No one ever wants their time to feel. They don't want to feel like their time was wasted. But now I've gotten over that, and I've realized every relationship that I've ever been in, it wasn't a waste of time. It was a lesson. Mm-hmm. It was a lesson that I needed to further my growth as a person, as a man, and to prepare me for the next one. And now, like, Haley's even acknowledged, she was like, because she flat out says, she's like, you're different than any guy I've ever been with. And I'm like, well, I'm almost 40 years old, and I've been through hell and back several times. I've got t-shirts and postcards and all kinds of shit. And I was like, I am at the point in my life where I'm very content with life itself. Like, professionally, yes, I'm chasing this. I'm pursuing this dream. But, and that's the other thing she loves. She's like, I love that you have a goal. I love that you have something that you're going after. But she was like, you don't get hung up on things. Like, you don't get jealous. I was like, no. You either want to be with me or you don't. Like, that's...
Word.
That's just how I feel about that kind of thing. You can't control what someone else is going to do. You can't. And the more you try to, the more you're going to find out, they're going to do exactly. They're going to do exactly what you didn't want them to do. It's like a child. Yeah. You tell a child to behave. You tell a child to act a certain way, and then you act fucking surprised when you get out in public and you can't mercilessly beat this little shit because there's 500 pairs of eyes on you, and this kid's
world star.
Yeah, throwing a fit somewhere, and you're just like, where are your parents?
Who is about to get choked? All right, nap time.
Right.
Coquina clutch.
Boom.
Yeah, the only thing that you can do in terms of other people is give your expectations and hope for the best.
You know what my expectations are of everybody out there this week? Share the show.
Yeah.
Share the show.
I expect love. We need
I don't expect it. That would be nice.
They don't need it.
We appreciate it.
Show us love.
We appreciate it.
Tell me
check
you
us
like
out
me
on social media.
Interact, man.
YouTube on Bulldog Unchained podcast.
Leave comments.
Drop a comment, man.
Yeah, drop a comment.
Podbean, iTunes. Leave us a
What's
review.
up?
5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah, 5 stars on iTunes.
6 stars because we're about to create that.
Podbean.
I believe it.
iTunes gonna have to add an extra star.
9-figure
paycheck a month. You know what I mean? That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Yep. Making fart noise. I make fart noises with my mouth.
That's Dirt Nap Day.
Yep.
That's Dick Vomit Day.
Yeah, right. We're over that 2-hour mark, so I think this is good. That's a good stopping point. That was a great ending.
Dirt always fart noises.
So yeah, man, we'll leave it with everybody. Like, anybody that's listening or watching this. If you're not truly happy, figure out for yourself what it's going to take for you to be happy. If that means that you have to end a relationship, if that means you've got to change a job, if you are in just any kind of toxic environment that's not conducive to your fucking personal growth, get out of it. And I know it sounds hard, but at least start looking for the fucking exits. Mark the exits. Make sure that you have an exit strategy. Get out of it. Start building the life that you want.
I already got my exit strategies.
Yeah.
Comedy, What's Wrong With You, Man, and Bulldog Unchained. My way to fucking living life with paid all day and smoking weed always.
Cryptocurrency.
Right.
Bitcoin.
Dude, I bought some. My money's grown. In the little time that I'm just dipping my pinky toenail into the water.
Imagine.
It's good.
Imagine the people that bought
I know somebody
$200 worth back in 2010 when it was worth an eighth of a cent.
I know somebody that bought, but I'll give you a closer to reality thing. Somebody that bought a year ago, bought 7 of them for fucking $6,800. They're worth over $100 fucking grand right now.
Yep,
Seven of them.
Yeah, they've been fluctuating. They've been fluctuating between 14 and 17 grand this week.
Yeah, it went up over 18, or it hit 19 actually.
Yeah, it did hit, and then it dropped rapidly. But I mean, the thing is,
it's beautiful.
Here's what I'll end with: you cannot look at Bitcoin as
watch what happens today.
You can't look at it as an actual investment, because it's not. It's currency.
Yep.
And currency fluctuates all the time, and Bitcoin is actually very unstable right now.
It's about to double.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
It's about to go up to 40,000.
Because here's the problem.
Not tomorrow, but
here's the problem.
It's going to.
If a bunch of people sell off a bunch of Bitcoin,
they're going to. No, what's going to happen is a bunch of people are going to try to short Bitcoin because it's going to be available to the market to bet against. So that's going to drive the price down. It's going to recover. It's going to what's going to happen is we're going to be able to buy it.
It's not in a market. It's not a market. That's where people make their mistake. It's not a market.
It's currency.
It's a currency.
Yes.
You cannot. There is no banking or betting.
I'm saying it now. I'm saying that now. It's the future of money.
But here's the thing about currency. Currency is only worth what people are willing to value it at. And what happens if anything happens with the trade commissions, or if anything happens with the international currency exchanges and all these stuff, and all it takes is for 3 countries to go, we no longer acknowledge Bitcoin as an acceptable currency. Bye. See ya.
Bulgaria has a shit ton of it.
Cambodia.
Like $3 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, it's nuts. It's so good right now.
All right. That's it for this week. I am the king of villains, Bulldog Malenko, along with Dirt Nap Dave.
Hey.
Nubsy Slow. This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast. We'll be back next week.
Later.
Show's over, motherfuckers.